Is solar a quick, easy, do-it-yourself project? Is it simple enough for cookie-cutter options? What should you consider when doing solar? These are the questions I'll be answering in this video. Hi, I'm Tom with Premier Roof Solar. I've been helping homeowners save money on their power bill for the last 5 years through solar. I don't know about you, but I've watched quite a few DIY videos on YouTube, and even the simplest projects end up being way more complicated than expected because they don't take into account all of the variables in those videos. Solar's no different, and it combines two of the most dangerous aspects of construction projects: roof work and high voltage. I wouldn't recommend DIY on something like this unless you have direct hands-on experience with this sort of thing. But maybe it's simple enough to figure out the design and the scope of work on your own. This can be partially true if all the stars align. There is a little known company you may have heard of called Tesla that takes this approach, assuming that all homes and properties are virtually the same. Don't get me wrong, they're a great innovative car company. Now, I don't know about you, but I would think twice before getting solar from a car company. Their website and others like it show you cookie cutter pre-designed systems that don't take many factors into account. Namely that everyone's different. You're not the same person as your neighbor. Each person, property, home, utility, and situation call for a different approach. With AI or software generated designs, there's no design review, there's no real engineering review. Oftentimes you don't know for months that the roof is too deteriorated for solar or that you need a breaker box to be upgraded. And these companies are not going to handle either one of these for you. You'll have to find, vet, and hire separately for each one of these projects. And that may not be too bad, but if you're financing, which is what most people do, it can make things a little bit more complicated when you could just have everything together and have it simplified.
It's that simple.
On top of that come permitting time with the Cedar County. A lot of people who purchase on these sites come to find out that the solar isn't going to fit on their roof, or that there's too bad of a shading factor, so it's not going to produce enough. And the worst part about that is that most of them don't find out about this until like 5 or 6 months into the process, when suddenly they get a notice saying, sorry, your solar's canceled.
You're canceled.
That can be very frustrating, and in most cases, all it takes is a live person taking a look at it, configuring it with real measurements, and then it'll actually work out.
It's actually working.
None of this is even factoring in what kind of payment plan makes the most sense for your situation. This is yet another very important aspect that should be considered.
It's very important.
Most people look into solar as a way to cut costs, and that is achievable for most people. You just have to find out what makes the most sense for you. So in short, for the most part, solar is not the simplest project. There's a lot to consider, and you should make a well-informed decision before deciding whether to do it or not. Too often I hear of people deciding to continue as is, overpaying the power company, which is a monopoly, rather than taking their finances into their own hands, when in fact they could have if they just did their due diligence. If you're looking into solar in SoCal at this time and you want to make sense of it all, click the link below, set an appointment, or give me a call. I will have future videos diving into solar equipment, payment plans, warranties, and a lot more, so remember to like and subscribe.